If you've spent any time training jiu-jitsu, you know this one simple truth. Every gym is like its own little ecosystem. Some folks are the heart and soul of the gym, and some, well, let's just say they haven't quite read the room yet. Today, we're breaking down the classic archetypes, the hilarious, the lovable, the annoying, the quietly heroic, and asking the all-important question, which one are you?
Welcome to episode 14 of the Black and Blue Podcast. My name's Travis. This is the Canadian Tree Stump Emmett. And yeah, episode 14, the many personalities of BJJ.
Yeah.
And as Emmett asked, which one are you?
So I have a question that I want to ask you that is the way I want to kick off this episode is I want to ask you something that I've been thinking about for a long time. And I keep forgetting to ask you is about when people first start as a coach, do you clock anything about them from whether or not they help to clean up after?
No, actually, I don't expect anyone to help clean up.
Okay.
I'm completely okay with it, me doing it myself. I know some gyms are like, hey, why aren't you helping?
Yeah.
I couldn't care. I'll do it all myself.
Yeah.
I've been to like so many gyms where like the mats are absolutely disgusting and there's like shit everywhere, and they don't like they do like I swear they use like a straw broom to just push that shit around.
Yeah.
And I'd rather do it myself and do it right than expect someone that knows nothing about the procedures and try to like teach them.
Right.
But
Yeah.
we have a great crew. We always have people helping out, and it's very well done here.
Yeah.
But yeah, personally, I would just be like, I'm cool. You guys go home.
Yeah.
My place of business, I'm gonna clean.
Fair enough. That's a fair answer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally how I run it.
Because like I remember starting and being like, I just assumed the expectation was to help clean up. So
I think that comes from me because I don't ask anyone.
Right.
And people just like, oh,
yeah,
he's just doing it. I wonder if I could help. And then people ask if they can help. I'm like, yeah, sure, if you want.
Okay, fair. Okay, well,
yeah, I'm never gonna have Emmett help clean again.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no expectation to help. I don't have to help. Okay, great. No. Okay, so some we're gonna kind of go. We got a bunch of different archetypes to go through. We're gonna try and pick the best ones here and see which ones. I don't know if we have all of them here. And the other thing to think about is that I think we all kind of like cross over some of them in the Venn diagram of characters.
Definitely. When I was reading over like the list, I was like, it's kind of me. And then it's like, that's also me over here when I'm in a seminar.
Right.
Like,
right.
Like there's coach side of me and then there's like student side of me.
Yeah.
And like I'm a little bit of both of them.
Totally.
Yeah, totally.
And then we might as well kick it off. This one isn't even on the list, but in case Elliot's watching this, is that legal guy?
Oh man, honestly, every time he's on the mats, and like we show a lot of leg lock stuff and like just a lot of effective stuff, and every time is that legal? I don't know.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
like 90% of the time, I'm like probably not. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Read the rules.
Yeah,
but yeah, is that legal guy? That one, we have two of them actually. Elliot, and then now Avon's picked that up too.
Oh, it's like a word disease. You know, they're like, I can't help myself. Is it legal? Is it legal?
Yeah. But yeah, so if Elliot doesn't ask,
a word virus. Yeah.
Avon asks. But to be fair, Avon competes at everything. So.
Yeah, that's actually fair. Yeah. And now we've mentioned Avon.
Boom.
So good job. So this is one that I thought was kind of funny is the secret rager. So it looks chill, but takes it personally when submitted. You know, like, yeah, it's cool. Let's roll. And then like they get submitted and they're like immediately just spike, you know?
Yeah, that immediate I'm getting revenge, but like they try to keep it in. You see their eyes. They can remain completely emotionless in their face and actions, but you see it in their eyes. They're just like, oh, I can't believe that happened. Oh, and then like, I don't know. Those are usually the guys that quit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your ego can't take that,
Yeah.
for too long.
And then if you get submitted by a lower belt and you can't take that, like say you're blue or purple and you get submitted by the white belt.
Yeah.
When you can't handle that. Oof.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough sometimes. I mean, I don't have high expectations of myself, so I'm like, great. But in reality, like joking aside, it is tough sometimes to be like, oh my God, this guy just started and he's,
There's some of those guys. They're just savants. You just get them on the mats. You're just like, how long have you been training? This is my first class. You're like, pardon me?
Yeah.
No.
So another funny one is the guy who talks during rolls. And like, I think I'm probably guilty of that one a little bit, not a ton, but like that they'll just be like talking about other stuff. And you're like, can we I do this to not talk.
So that one's me, but it's not to the person I'm rolling with.
Which is worse. You're like, oh, was that thing that you were talking about? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm like twisting people up, and then I'm like, okay, see you, Jason. Have a good day. I'm gonna stop by tomorrow. We'll have a conversation.
Yeah.
Like the person that I'm rolling with, Emmett, is like, oh,
yeah.
So when I was going through the list, I was like, that one's kind of me, but not in the way that it was listed. It was. I talked to people around me.
Yeah, that's which is, I mean,
utterly demoralizing.
But then there's also people who are like, you're just getting, and I do this sometimes. I gotta be honest, like, but then you'll be like just getting to the role, and they'll be like, "Have you seen that new movie that just came out?" And you're like, "What? Like,
those people, you're just like, okay, slap bump, let's go.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
The other type of talker that gets a lot of flack on social media that you'll see is the you're about to get a sub on them or something, and then they'll be like,
they talk you through it.
Yeah, they're like, okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Why don't you now? And you're like, dude, I'm good.
Yeah,
I got this.
I'm pretty sure I'm on your neck, and you're gonna go to sleep.
Yeah,
but the coach you through it.
Yeah,
talker.
I haven't seen that a lot here, but
I don't think that we really allow it. I don't know. Like if someone's trying to talk me through it, I'm just like, guess how I can make you stop.
Yeah. And I should say, like, not all of these personalities do we see here.
No, but come on, you see enough memes on the internet of them.
Yeah.
So and you see them do it too, like like everywhere, like in seminars and stuff. You see this. It's crazy.
I was talking to someone about I don't think we've talked about it on the podcast, but that Craig Jones thing where he's like in Russia or something, or like somewhere where he's doing a demo, and the guy's like, let's just roll, let's go. And then Craig Jones like snaps his ankle. Like that's got to be a whole personality type too, where it's like, I'm the best, no one can beat me, that kind of guy.
I don't know if that's a personality type. I think that's this guy's coming in, I'm gonna like make a name for myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely don't have a name for myself in the sport like that, but like I know that after some seminars that I've put on, people are like, everyone, I roll with as many people as I can.
Right.
I roll with anyone.
Yeah.
And like most people, you watch them roll with someone else, they're going okay. Then they roll with you, and they're going as hard as possible.
Oh, really?
Like, not everyone. Like, it's few and far between, but there are those people. I don't know what to classify that under, but those seminar snipers.
Seminar snipers,
That actually, I think I've heard that or read that somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think Craig Jones actually talked about that, the seminar snipers that come out and just try to go after, and he's like, I will wreck you.
Yeah. No doubt. Hey, that's like, Yeah, what a weird thing. I get it. Like I get where I understand. I not like I get it like I would do it, but I get it like I guess it makes sense that if someone's taping it on their phone or whatever, and then you submit Craig Jones and it's like, holy shit, who is this guy?
Yeah.
But like good luck.
Totally. And
Yeah.
like you can feel that energy. As soon as you're like, oh, okay, I know this guy. Like if you've done enough seminars or if you've like rolled enough, you know the guy, and you're just like, oh. Like I always feel that. I know the people that do it. I actually had a good conversation with a guy. He was out at a seminar, and after the seminar, after I got done rolling with him, he kind of left because like I beat him up a little bit because he came at me hard. And he was just like, he seemed like he had a chip on his shoulder.
Oh yeah.
And it was, I met him, I've seen him back and forth at tournaments and stuff, but he came up to me at the one tournament. He's like, man, I just got to say thank you.
Oh, really?
Because I had a conversation with him after our roll. It's like, dude, nobody's going that hard here. We're all here to learn. Like, you need to chill because if you injure someone, they're not going to be back for like the afternoon session.
Yeah.
And he took that to heart and he didn't like that. But then he came back and he talked to me. He's like, man, ever since rolling with you and how chill that was, like how you approached it.
Like how you approached the conversation.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
And he's like, you switched something on in me that I didn't know was there. And it was like, it doesn't have to be a self-defense. Everything is like, like blow for blow kind of thing. It's like, no, you can chill
and just learn.
Yeah. And he thanked me for it. And I was just kind of taken aback. I was like, I didn't think I had any influence on anyone ever.
Yeah.
In anything. Like, why would I?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool to hear that.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's, man, it's really, that's, especially men, you know, like it's nice to see that men can like absorb advice, own up to their mistakes, and, you know, not be ego driven douche nozzles.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if it was a mistake. I would say own up to their actions. Right.
Sure. Yeah. It was not a mistake. It's an approach.
Yeah. And dude, like I've never had any ill wishes towards him, but I knew that if I ever saw him at another seminar, I'd be like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'd still roll them, but But then after that conversation, I was like, all right,
cool. Yeah,
that's cool.
And I've found that like in life too, like sometimes it takes making a mistake and then owning up to it, and then your stock actually goes up much higher with people. Definitely. You know, like more than it would if you never made a mistake. You know, and I'm not calling what that guy did a mistake. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Own it. Learn from it.
Yeah.
Build yourself from it.
Totally. One that we have on our list here is the one upper. So like no matter what your injury is, theirs was worse. No matter what your roll was, theirs was harder. They rolled with someone more famous or something. They're like always trying to one up everybody.
And that's not just jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's true.
Those people are one uppers in life.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't really have time for them.
Oh, it's so hard.
It's funny when like you start off with like injuries, because I'm like, oh, you broke your finger, and then they're like, yeah, I'm like, been there.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's all I need to say. And then they're like, oh, I'm like, dude, it would take like this entire class for me to list off all the shit that I've like growing up on a farm and whatnot, and like just a rough childhood. But just to like, one up someone, not worth it. Not worth my time.
Oh man.
But my goodness, those people in life, it's just like, you're irritating to talk to.
I know one guy like that, and it's like if he knows he can't one up you on something, then he goes the other way and be like, well, you know, I'm just shit in that. So like, but then if it's something that he knows, he'll just bust it out and be like, you know, just thing after thing, and it's like that's his way of communicating is by one upping, and it's like it's just so tiresome. You know, it's like especially like trying to one up me. Good luck.
One up the amateur.
Yeah, like I'm a blue belt, man.
Dude, I've been at a party and the guy was doing that to like this entire group, and like everyone, you could just look at their faces. He wasn't catching the cues of the room, and like I looked at him, I was like, wow, you're atrocious to talk to. And I just turned and walked away.
Oh, you said that to him?
Yeah,
yeah,
like
no.
straight to his face. And he's just like, what? And like he was like pissed off. Then he was like yapping to this group behind my back.
You're
like,
atrocious to talk to.
And then he's just like, and then eventually he just left, and like people are like, thanks. Thank you so much. And then like he unfriended me on Facebook and stuff. I was like, wow. Hey, this is easy.
Was that in like this section of your life or like high school?
Oh, that was like that was pre jiu-jitsu.
Right.
Yeah. And it was just
really? Yeah.
Just
dude,
I don't have
suck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just had zero time for people like that. I was like, it was awesome.
I wonder, like, there's probably some kind of like psychological condition that is that, you know, I don't know what it would be, but
we'll Wikipedia it for the next one.
Yeah, we'll Wikipedia it.
Yeah, we'll become professors in it.
Yeah, we're pretty much we'll be psychiatrists or psychologists or whatever it is.
Wikipedia.
we will psychoanalyze you for a fee. Just send us your problems and we'll get after it.
Easy. $5. $5.
I do think like, you know, with jiu-jitsu, it's one of those things that like now anytime someone's like, oh, you know, I have this problem, and I'm like, oh, you should do jiu-jitsu.
I think that's a personality type.
Yeah. The jiu-jitsu is the solution to all your problems guy. Yeah.
And that's Emmett.
Yeah. Well, so here's one that I am for sure is the apologizer. So it's like anytime you accidentally elbow someone or like, you know, you do something to them or they're like, hey, are you okay? Like, I think it's because I'm bigger than a lot of people. And I'm like, you know, like last week I kind of moved too quick, and then it was totally legit, but I like basically like sandwiched Jason against the mat, and he was like, whoa! And I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that so hard, you know? And he's like, it's fine. But like, I feel like I apologize at once every roll.
You like fully stop the roll too. Like I'll be rolling, and if I clip someone in the head or something, I'm like, oh, sorry. And like keep rolling. And they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You like fully stop. Are you okay? I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah.
I'm okay. I'm a black belt, and you can't hurt me. So, but yeah, maybe that's something I'll work on. Just like keep rolling.
Yeah, I think that's like say, oh man, like sorry for clipping you in the head, but like keep going. Unless they're unconscious, then maybe like stop the roll and say I'm sorry. And keep rolling.
Yeah,
sorry. I've been unconscious too. Mine was worse.
I think that's another thing. Like that leads to another one that I kind of feel like, you know, in the Venn diagram, I hit a little chunk of that is the gym parent. So it's like, you know, especially the younger people, I really want to like look out for them. And like, I'm almost 50. So I'm like, oh, are you okay? Like, how's it going? Like, how's school? Like that kind of stuff. And I think that's probably someone that most gyms have is a gym parent, you know?
Definitely. Like that before Georgie got injured, she was like the gym mom.
Oh, nice. Thing. Yeah.
And then we have a few others. People keep saying like, oh, you're like the dad of the gym. I'm like, am I? Because I'm muffling people's heel hooking teenagers. I'm not too sure if I fit that fully.
What about the overthinker? So someone who analyzes everything and like kind of like tries to step through all the like what's the word you use, like reverse engineer things and like like paralysis by analysis kind of thing, and they just overthink everything.
Yeah, that hits on me.
Okay.
I overanalyze everything, and I like to reverse engineer everything. So I need to see like the technique in full so I can like dissect it backwards. yeah, I overthink everything, but I also don't have that paralysis of
Right.
overthinking. Like if action needs to be done, I'm actually very good at just doing that.
Right.
But if I'm given time where I don't need to be in that action,
Yeah.
I will overanalyze everything.
Totally. Yeah. And do you do that in life?
Everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have conversations
Yeah.
from like weeks ago that reverberate in my head.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, that.
Yeah.
And it's one of those
Fucking Emmett.
yeah, I'm like, oh,
I should have told him he's stupid.
yeah. But it's just one of those things. My brain just doesn't shut off. It's always going, and it always has something rattling around in there.
Yeah. And it's easy to do that, I think, too. And it actually links up with another personality type that we have on our list, which is, and at least right now, I don't think I'm in this Venn diagram area, but the existential crisis blue belt. So hitting that sort of identity wall, and it's like every time they train, they think they suck and they're super hard on themselves, and like thinking, why do I even do this anymore? That kind of thing.
Dude, all of them. Yeah. And it happens. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, I had a conversation with blue belt about getting taps. He's like, man, people don't want to tap. It's like, who cares? The amount of times that I've gotten into a situation where the person should have tapped,
and you just let go.
I just let go. Yeah. I know I got it, and that's all I need to know.
Yeah.
They should know. If they don't, that's on them. Or if they don't want to admit to it, that's on them.
Who cares?
Yeah. I'm not ever gonna like go as hard as possible just to prove a point.
Yeah.
And yeah, he took that advice. He's like, oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. That's actually really good advice. He took it to heart, I think. And just one of those things, right? Sometimes you just need to hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the blue belts that are always like, oh, I suck. Oh, I'm not getting better.
Yeah.
We've said it before, but go talk to coach or teammates. You are getting better.
Yeah. Especially me.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot better. Yeah. That's
if you're watching the video, I'm winking at the camera.
That's like when I was when Jason was leaving today. He's like, hey, Emmett, how's it going? And I'm like, great, man. I'm just getting so good at jiu-jitsu. And he's like, I know, man. Me too. It's almost unfair. Like we're in that, we're in that zone where it's like, yeah, sometimes it's just a hard day, But yeah, we should have Jason on the podcast.
Yeah, we should.
He's a smart, funny guy.
Well,
and good at jiu-jitsu.
Man, I was gonna say, he's at least smart, and I was like, at least he's funny, and I was like,
at least he's good at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. He's Irish.
He is Irish. Yeah. He is a human being. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. The existential crisis blue belt. Yeah, I guess like every blue belt is in that at some point, and
I would
that zone.
I think that it'd be a weird thing if you didn't hit that.
Yeah, like
you got a little bit too much confidence if you don't hit that. I think
like when I become a purple belt, then I'll matter as a person. Like,
wow.
But yeah, you're not gonna matter for a long time. What the no tapping thing, that's got to be a character too. The no tapper, like someone who just would rather die than tap.
Oh man, they're the worst to roll with. You're just like, dude, like I have you in a fully locked in heel hook, and we're on like the same team. We're not even in competition or anything.
Yeah.
And like on that note, if you're that kind of person in a local competition, step up your game. Just tap.
Yeah.
There's so much more to this than just a local competition and a piece of tin.
Yeah.
But especially on like your team's mats, like just tap.
Yeah.
It's easy. And like you can like even just go, okay, can we work out of this position if you want to work out of the position? But if you know that you're in, like, don't risk getting injured. That's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah. I veer towards tapping just in case, especially with leg shit. I'm like, I don't know. That's seems pretty close to being on. I'm just going to tap. Like, why bother?
Yeah.
You know, like,
I've been in the game long enough where I know I'm not going to be able to like shoulder check tomorrow if I don't tap. So I'm like, I'm just going to tap. Or like with most leg stuff, I'm like I know how far my legs can go.
Yeah.
And like if it's a straight leg lock, I just kind of go, I'm not going to tap unless it's absolutely locked in.
Right.
But that's because I want my student to not get a false judgment of where they can go with it.
Totally.
So yeah, that's that. But like if it's anything to do with like neck or going to sleep or some shit that will like arm bars and Kimuras, like my arms just can't handle it. They suck already. So yeah,
just tap. Yeah.
Easy.
I know what you mean about shoulder checking. I just like like especially backing up.
Alexa, shoulder check for me.
But like backing up, I'll just like unbuckle and full Batman turn around and be like, okay.
like the Val Kilmer.
Yeah. Because I just like my neck is always fucked up. So
oh man.
Yeah.
My wife was asking me, she's like, what way does your neck normally like turn like well? She's like, mine not so much this way, but this way is good. Like this is just natural. I was like, I don't know if I can answer that question truthfully because my neck doesn't turn very good. I have my osteo, she looked like she's been like when I had the fractured trachea.
Oh yeah.
And she was
from when you rolled with me, right?
Yeah. And I didn't tap. But yeah, she was looking at it and she's like,
I'm gonna bust your trachea, dude.
Yeah. She was like looking at it, she's like, okay, you deserve an award for the worst neck I've ever looked at. Like all of the scar tissue and the trachea, the bones in there is like, it is jacked up. I was like, is that why I can't really do this? Like look up. And she's like, yeah, you need to stretch that because that'll make you like a hunchback later. So like all I've been doing is like stretching it backwards. And it's like when Jeff does my hair and like cuts the beard, I like look back and I'm like, this is like excruciating pain, but I need to be doing it so he gets a clean cut. And then, I was talking to her and she's like, oh yeah, that's because your neck is all jacked up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. Totally. And then I just got my hair cut and I was able to like kind of maintain that pose for a while. I was like, all right, the stretching kind of helps. It's breaking up the fascia or something.
Man, you gotta stretch. Like,
oh man.
Last week I was just like, you know how you were talking about in the last episode about how you had a limp and then you were like, no, this is not good enough. And I was thinking about that because last week I was like, I don't know, like bending down to pick up a kid's toy or something. And I was like, I'm like, okay, this is not good enough.
Yeah.
And I did a bunch of stretching. I went to the chiro and like, it was like, okay, yeah, now I can at least move around a bit. I got to do more, but you got to take care of yourself, man.
Well, and I'm going to like, you have kids. I bet you if like they watch you and they see like you go,
they'll start doing that.
They're going to start doing it just because they just see their dad doing it. Yeah. So gotta stop that before they get onto that.
Totally. Yeah.
So you don't get like that knife to the gut kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Oh.
My 5-year-old being like, so next personality we have or one that I'm going to pick out here is, and I do think we have at least one of these guys at the gym, and it's a positive one. I think it's,
I think
no, it's positive. It's the Mat Monk. So like, doesn't talk much, stretches alone, rolls, takes off.
I know exactly that one.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that fits into that. Not quite the gym. What were we talking about last? What Danaher calls them the mat monsters or whatever, gym monsters. Not quite the same thing, but like
they can be
definitely that sort of silent killer. Like that, you're like, I don't know, maybe that guy is a total murderer.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he is.
Yeah.
The cool thing about those guys, for the most part, like speaking in generalities, is they usually know a lot of stuff. And if you ask them, they'll just like tell you like a cheat code that maybe you didn't see
totally
in like 10 words.
Yeah.
Rather than like have like that long explanation of like Danaher, like how he likes to extend his sentences into paragraphs. They'll shorten it.
Have you ever thought about doing this? Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, and then you look at it, you're like, well, damn.
Yeah.
Wish I knew that 5 years ago. And then there's like, good luck with that. And then they're
like the more you know.
Yeah. They just vanish. You're just like, is that guy real? Like, is he part of my imagination? I'm not that smart, so I can't make that shit up.
So in my case, that's Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Like, I think he 2 or 3 times, you know, he's like, I've either been rolling with him or he's watching kind of out of the corner of his eye and be like, you need to get a knee shield in there. I'll be like, oh yeah. Like, and then it's like your own game levels up and you're like, thanks, man. Thanks, Spider-Man.
And he's like, everyone gets one.
Yeah.
Swings off.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. That's, I like, of course it's Alex.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So getting into some of the more sort of like unpopular vibe ones that are like when we have here is the spaz who never evolves. So been training for a year, 2 years, but still windmilling and kneeing people in the face, doesn't respond to feedback.
I think that we should put doesn't understand their surroundings because they're the ones that like shoot a double leg into another group.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Like they have enough skill to shoot a double leg, but they don't have enough skill and they're still spazzy enough to shoot it into another group or something, or throw legs out and clip people. Yeah. Man. Yeah, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
That's a hard one to like as a coach.
Yeah.
See it and you're like, dude, slow down. And then they don't understand what slow down means. And it's like, okay.
They just spaz slower.
Yeah. Totally. It's like, okay, in between each movement, take a breath. And then like, and then they do it. And then they do it. And it's like, okay, count in your head to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they're like, I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, just chill out. Like, just, I don't know. Like, I've went to like a couple of coaching seminars. I read a ton on coaching like every day because I always want to become a better coach. I listen to podcasts, I do all that, and I still have no answers
for that.
Like for that like perpetual spaz.
Right.
It's just like, oh, and then eventually people just don't roll with them. And then,
I haven't noticed anyone like that here, at least in recent memory.
Yeah, it's actually been a while since we've had that kind of thing, but yeah, we have had them come through, and like we've had people that are like blue belts come through the club, and you're like, how the hell did you get your blue belt? Like they're here for like a year. I was like, you're looking at them like, that doesn't make any sense to me because you're just like a spazzy person. What kind of like it must be a coach that goes either attendance based or you won a whole bunch of competitions because you scared the shit out of your opponent.
Windmilling like Lisa and Bart. Like totally. I'm gonna keep doing this until I smash into you. So this is a serious one, and that's the gym gossip. So talking about other people's roles, their relationships, their belt progressions.
Is that us on the podcast right now?
I think we're more shit talkers than gossips.
That's fair. Yeah. Definitely shit talkers. Like about like Jared and that.
Oh yeah, Jared. I mean, which one of these is he not?
Yeah, I know. Like, come on. Well, not the good ones. The bad ones.
No,
there's got to be a Reese in.
Oh,
all of those, right?
So Reese is gonna be because like let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Reese is the ghost with guilt, so disappears for weeks and months, then returns full of shame. So hopefully that's true.
I hope
on all counts.
That'd be awesome. I would. Yeah, I'd give him a hug and spin him around like it was Titanic.
There's also, we have the guy who thinks he's in an anime, which is, you're definitely that guy.
Probably me.
Speaks in metaphors, treats roles like epic battles. You don't have
either of those.
Yeah, but I'm sure in your mind you're in an anime.
I do yell out like Kamehameha whenever I'm like throwing up something, or Hadouken. I love to.
Hadouken makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
So going down the negative list here too is, I guess we haven't really covered this one, but the excuse factory. So every tap comes with a monologue. It's like, oh man, yeah, my shoulder's been really bugging me. That's why it's so weak. Or like, oh man, you're so slippery, and I can't, like.
I worked a 4-hour shift today.
Yeah. So tired. Yeah.
Everything. Oh man, that actually might be the one that drives me.
Oh really?
Most crazy.
Oh really?
Mainly because I'm not an excuses guy. If you have an excuse, go away.
Yeah.
I don't like. Yeah. If it's a legit thing.
Yeah.
Cool. It's not an excuse. It's a thing.
Sure.
But if you're like, oh yeah, this, oh yeah, that. I'm like, dude, I don't have time for excuses either. Like, put in the work or don't.
How I think in a couple of podcasts I've mentioned Jocko.
Yep.
And like his books and stuff. And I it was a few years ago I read, I think it was The Discipline Equals Freedom or one of those ones. Yeah. And he talks about excuses a lot in like the corporate world, where it's like, dude, if you didn't get this thing done or you fucked it up, your boss doesn't want to hear reasons why it happened, just own up to it and tell them how you're going to fix it.
I think it was like, that's extreme ownership.
Could be extreme ownership. Yeah.
I love his books. I think they're awesome. And just own it.
Own it.
Yeah. Build on it. Get better. Don't do the same shit over and over.
That may even have been excuse. The video. There was a video that he did about extreme ownership. Did you see that?
Like, it's good.
He's like talking to a crowd or whatever. Might have been that.
Yeah. Well, I've read the books. And like both the paper and I've listened to it. Because I think like listening to him say it, I think it adds a little bit.
Oh, totally.
But reading the book was really good. But it's like, oh man, excuses drive me crazy. And like in all aspects, not in jiu-jitsu, in kickboxing, and like when I'm teaching like kickboxing, I have a bone out in my foot. I don't go, oh, well, this is how the kick should look. I'm like, I have a bone out in my foot, so we're gonna change the class slightly.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna show you a shitty kick.
Right.
I'm going to change up the game plan, show you something that's legit.
Sure.
And then, the excuses they grate on my nerves.
Yeah.
People that are like live off excuses.
Oh, it's like, hard, dude, man. Yeah.
How do you get anywhere in life?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And like people, again, like what I was saying about, if you make a mistake or you mess something up and then you own up to it, like, if you are making a mistake, if you make a mistake or you mess something up, you don't complete something you're supposed to, whatever, and then you come back with a plan or results don't go the way that they're meant to in your job, in your life, whatever, you don't meet expectations somehow, but then you contact the person or you talk to the person and you say, look, I'm sorry I didn't meet expectations. Here's what I'm going to do to fix it. That person is going to be like, okay, this is a person I can count on.
Yeah.
Like, it says so much more about you to do that than to say, oh, the buses in this town, they just never come on time. And like,
Oh yeah. Like the always late people. And like, I don't have a problem when it's like every now and then, or let's say you have a job that goes right to it kind of thing. And
I have little kids that have to take to soccer practice, then come here.
There's a lot of things. But if you're like, oh, I was just kind of tired. And it's like every day. It's like, Or it's like, oh, yeah, my car broke down. Your car broke down last week.
Yeah.
Oh, and the week before. Like, how many times do you use this excuse?
I worked with a girl many years ago now who was like, oh, my grandpa died. My grandpa died. My uncle died. My aunt died. And it was like, what's happening? Like, do they have, are they like being, what's happening to your family? And it just like wasn't realistic,
Yeah. And those kind of like, they drive me crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't mind you being late. I don't mind you walking, like coming into class and just joining in. But if there's an excuse on top of it, if they,
sure.
if they come in and like, oh yeah, my car broke down again. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it broke down again.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to get a bit weird.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. Just jump in.
Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah. You don't even need to do that. You just jump into class and like, I'm not the guy that's like, you got to wait till I acknowledge you and then you can bow to me and Craig Jones and then you can come on to the mat.
Yeah.
But
I'm wondering to say, so like there was a coach here who yelled at me for coming into the crossing the mat to get to the change room while there was a class going on. But I went around the edge and he was like, he's no longer here. But he was like, what are you doing? I was like, oh shit. But yeah, but he's no longer here. So yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
If you're interrupting a class that's right like before yours, if it's not your class and you're interrupting it, then I'll be like if I had one guy come in and like it was kids class.
Yeah.
And he just came in and he just
started stretching. Yeah.
I walked over to him. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, there's a class here, man.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm just going to stretch. I'm like, no, you're not. Get out.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about it after this class.
That's just straight disrespectful.
Yeah, I was not having it. And then I was like, nope. And then like I had a talk with the kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so, and I'm making it loud enough just so that everyone hears.
Yeah.
And I was like, so when we're talking about respect, what does that look like?
Yeah.
And all the kids are like, oh yeah, this.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. You guys understand.
7-year-olds understand.
Yeah.
And in that case, I wouldn't do that. I just skirted the edge of that, but he was still like, yeah, anyways, not something to be concerned about. So again, we're in the negative zone right now in the people you don't want to roll with or whatever.
It's like the Twilight Zone, but less fun.
Yeah. That's how I would describe my brain. The show off. So goes for flying submissions on white belts, post roll clips with dramatic captions like iron sharpens iron and stuff like that, or like, just kind of like showing off.
I do that, but in an ironic kind of way. I'm
like,
look at this.
Yeah.
I'm so amazing. Then it's like me doing like a shitty takedown.
You didn't get the twister on me the other day.
It was close,
but you didn't get it.
Nobody had a phone, so I was like, "Yeah."
It's like, what's that thing? If a tree falls in the woods and there's no one there to hear it, if Travis is about to get a twister, but there's no phone to record it, does it even happen?
Exactly, and nobody rushed to grab their phones. So I was like, I'll let them live
because they knew there's no way. Oh, should we talk about my proposal?
We can. I mean, we can see what the viewers say to this. So just say, I want feedback. I want feedback from anyone on Emmett's proposal.
Okay. First of all, I don't know if I would call it a proposal. I want to call it a thought
sentence.
I'll call it a thought experiment for now, but let's,
there's potential.
There's potential. The thing is, if you do it for one person,
it opens up a door.
But it's a hard door to get through. Like you basically almost have to make it an impossible door to get through. Yeah. So the other day I said to Travis, I was like, I've been wondering how long I would have to survive, or like, is that what I said? Survive? Yeah. Without getting tapped by you in a roll to skip from 2 stripes to purple belt.
And it's a good question. It's a good question.
He immediately started twirling his mustache.
Yeah. I just stroked my beard. I was like, And then I laid down some great philosophical
philosophical
quotes
knowledge
and stuff. Just like I did there.
yeah, it was great.
Yeah. But it got the wheels turning. I'm like, you know what? If not, there's only like maybe 3 people that have seen me go like that have rolled with me here full comp mode.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I'm going hard. It sucks to be you.
Yeah.
Oh. And the even worse part is it's not comp mode versus guy I don't know.
Yeah.
It's comp mode versus guy I do know.
Yeah. So who are those 3 people that have seen that? Danny
was,
Carter.
Carter. I actually rolled against Carter in a tournament where it was like,
yeah.
And like we still made it fun, but like we made an agreement, we're going. And then okay, Danny.
Rich.
No, not so much. Like we'd roll, but yeah.
Big Dave.
No, I like to play around with Big Dave.
Yeah.
I beat him up a little bit, but that's because for my first like year of jiu-jitsu.
Oh yeah, he trounced you.
He has a 3-stripe white belt, and he just beat the shit out every single day. I just came in and I'd like leave with a bloody nose or a black eye, question why I was in this sport. And
yeah.
He beat the shit out of me. So when he came back,
and
I was like a purple or brown.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
I'm
gonna
make this tough on you. Yeah.
But yeah. Maybe I don't know. I'd have to like really scope my brain, but I think those 2 for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like it can't be that long a time.
No.
You know, like we talked about, the other thing we talked about was that Sean O'Malley thing.
Yeah,
where that total, the guy is like, how long would it take you to choke out me as non-fighter?
Yeah,
and he's like, I don't know, 10 seconds, and then he does it in like 6 seconds,
30 seconds or something. He's like, I could last.
I think he said 10 seconds.
Yeah, probably,
and it was less.
He's like, no way. He's like, I could last like this. He's like, no,
he might have said 30. Yeah, I don't remember,
but yeah, it was like 8 seconds, I think.
Yeah,
or like 7 seconds. Yeah, it
was nothing. It was like boom. Yeah,
it was like. Yeah, you just cornered him.
So, I mean, it'd be interesting to hear what people think is a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
Like it could be 30 seconds.
I mean, yeah.
You know?
That depends on how good they think I am.
And how terrible
they know how amazing you are.
Yeah. I'm amazing, all right.
How much more okay am I? So before we even propose a time, let's see what we get in comments.
Okay, interesting.
And then by the next episode, maybe I'll decide on it.
And like,
but you only get one chance.
Oh, you only get You
don't get multiple chances. You get a chance to challenge the test, and if you don't and if you fail it, you're in for a long ride.
Yeah,
I think that's the way that it would go.
You're in for a long ride in what sense? You're just in for a rough.
Well, you're just gonna have to wait until I deem you.
Oh yeah, totally. But it's almost like what you could do. I mean, the way I guess the way I started thinking of it is like, you let the person choose that time, you know, and they're like, I think I'm ready to do that test. Like that's one option to like, you know, like, because you kind of both. I don't know. You don't want to like, I mean, not that that's possible, accidentally survive too long. And then you get a purple belt and you feel like, oh, I don't even deserve this. I don't think that's possible.
No. You also can't run away.
Yeah.
That'd be the thing. You have to stay within the confines of an actual role.
Of course. Yeah. You'd have to feel ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You'd have to have that confidence of, I bet I could do it.
Yeah. But I bet I could do it is partially based on the amount of time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like 10 seconds, sure. I can survive 10 seconds. Like even though like getting to 30 seconds, I'd question that. Like I'd be like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure comp mode Travis can sub me in 30 seconds. Like,
I get a hold of that leg.
Yeah.
You better be tapping quick because I'm going comp mode on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be the other thing. How hard can I go in reality as a coach if I actually get something?
I mean, you can't
if you're
injure me, like.
But I mean, if you're like, I'm holding out.
Oh,
like,
no. I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but if someone did, it'd be like, I
Yeah.
get to define what should have been a tap.
Yeah. You would get to define what should, like, the guy's not like, I'm just gonna. Okay, yeah, you broke my arm, but I didn't tap. Like,
I get my purple belt.
like, yes.
It's like, okay, now take off your belt. I can't.
Yeah, no can do. Like, beep. Purple belt.
Just throw the belt in the coffin.
Yeah,
he earned it.
Oh, speaking of that kind of shit, did you see that that thing that's been in the news about the guy who got paralyzed from the neck down from the black belt? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
it was in San Diego, I think.
Yeah.
And he recently got awarded like $53 million or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched the video and I was like,
oh, really?
Yeah. And I wouldn't say it's like that.
It's not
crazy.
That gnarly. Oh, really?
It's just, I mean, you're in a combat sport. I'm not a legal team. I'm not anything, but you're in a combat sport. And I mean, he did a legit move that you see people do.
What was it?
So if you like take turtle position,
the
guy gets almost like a seatbelt, from back, and then it's
like a suplex.
No, he goes over the head, so he like handstands over the guy's head, to roll him over.
Oh, and it drags his face.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
Fuck, that's pretty gnarly, dude. To do to a brand new white belt.
Apparently he's not a brand new white belt. Like he was like a blue belt. And
it's kind of gnarly to do to anyone, really. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It's a combat sport, but
yeah, but you'd have to see it. It's just one of those things where, it works, and it works at like the highest levels.
Yeah,
and all this other stuff. But I mean, one wrong move and anything.
Yeah,
I mean.
Well, now I'm rethinking our deal.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Anything could happen, man. Yeah. One wrong move, you could be dead.
Yeah, but it's pretty crazy. Yeah, here you go, buddy. I'll tie it to your wheelchair
to my grave.
Yeah,
like throw it in there. You earned this, man.
That was a crazy case, and
it didn't help that the guy's nickname is Sinistro, which is like sinister. You know, like evil. Like. Oh my God, of course Sinistro did that.
Yeah, and I don't think that because they had Henner Gracie, I think, go in as like one of like the experts.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
it's a Gracie gym though too, but
it's a different Gracie gym. It's a different line.
Oh yeah.
It's not like I don't know. I think it definitely divided the community.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it went. People were on this side, people were on this side. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what's right or who's right in that one. It just a shitty situation.
Very shitty situation. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's hard. Like
you'd have to see it. You'd have to watch it because
I purposely didn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want to see a guy get paralyzed. So
yeah. I don't know. I watched it because as a club owner, I was like,
of course,
geez, let's see what's up.
Yeah. That's definitely a personality type that you don't want to roll with, is the guy who paralyzes people.
Yeah. That seems like it should be on the negative side.
Yeah. That's on the negative side. Yeah.
Paralyzer.
Apparently that guy did make somewhat of a recovery though. Like I'm not in no way making light of any of that, but like, he is apparently like doing some level of hiking and stuff, like assisted with.
I think that he's able to. He's not fully paralyzed anymore. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy.
So okay, so you know what, who haven't talked about is the hygiene nightmare.
Oh,
I wish we had the robot voice for that one.
Yeah, right.
Hygiene nightmare.
Oh man. Yeah, I know a lot of clubs have issues like talking to the people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you stink.
Yeah.
Go shower.
Yeah.
Go clean your shit.
I've definitely skirted that from time to time where it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm self-aware.
Yeah.
I had to borrow Carter's rash guard the other day because I left mine in the washing machine too long.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not even like, it's the people that take their shit, throw it in a bag, leave it in the until the next class. You're like, why do you, what is going on?
Who are you?
You are ringworm walking.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Ringworm personified.
Yeah. And
Fucking
it's like,
gross, man.
it's like that meme where it's two people laying in a field of like tall grass.
Okay.
Like, go out and like have a picnic in the tall grass. And it's like, who wrote this? Ticks? And then let's like,
yeah.
like you see that and you're just like, oh, who is this guy?
Yeah.
You are the epitome of every single like
dude.
jujitsu meme. It's like icy red bro, but with like his stinky ass or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
So gross, man.
I have zero issues going and talking to people like that. And like, I get it. Sometimes you come straight from work. We have a shower here. Go shower. Be 10 minutes late. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be stinky geepers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like, I guess on that fact, on hygiene, don't be like Freddy Cougar and have like the claws. Like,
yeah.
trim your nails.
Yeah.
You stinky clawy bugger.
Yeah. Gross, man. Yeah. This is one that I've seen it talked about on social a little bit. Is like the social climber. So like someone who will only roll with like higher belts and stuff like that, and they like disregard or disrespect anyone who's lower. And it's like, hey, Trav, you want to roll? Like, and like only if they perceive someone as like
a
higher rank or like socially important within the club or whatever. We have a pretty flat social hierarchy here where it's like everyone's cool to everyone for the most part. But I can see that happening.
No, I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're like, they're cringy.
Yeah, that's such a good word for that.
And like
cringy, man.
Like, cause they're like hanger on people.
Yeah.
I
get a lot of people like that.
Yeah. But they're like the people like you have like in an army, you have like the general, and then you have like that little guy beside him running around like, yeah, man, we got this, man.
Yeah.
Like the little yes man and all that.
Yeah. I could be that one day.
Yeah.
I could aspire to that. Oh, have we talked about the mat enforcer, like the grizzled brown belt mat enforcer?
That was Danny.
Yeah, that was Danny.
Danny was our mat enforcer.
Yeah.
No, but they're a critical role, I feel. And like they get shit on, like, but
do they?
Well, because it's like, oh, well, people are just doing it for like the fun of it. It's like, well, sometimes things need to happen. Right? Like they do online, they get shit on every now and then, but like they're an enforcer. And I was an enforcer in hockey.
Yeah.
And there's so much more that goes into that role than just beating people up. You're teaching people the way of the gym. You're keeping your gym culture safe.
Yeah.
Those are the people that keep the culture safe.
Yeah.
You get some of those guys that roll in, go super hard, and then like they roll out or they wreck one of like your women members or something. Like,
yeah,
it's like, no, that shit's not flying. And then you need that guy to go, nope. And then they step up and they're like, okay, now we're rolling and it's going to suck for you.
Yeah.
And that's how it is.
Oh man. It's my highest aspiration in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
one day I will be that.
Yeah. And honestly, like in hockey,
and I'll have t-shirts that I wear not just out on the street that just say mat enforcer.
Canadian tree stump, mat enforcer.
Yeah.
But like in hockey, you don't see it. You just see this goon.
Yeah.
Right. But everyone in the locker room is like, hell yeah, that's the guy that keeps us safe. That's the guy that keeps the status quo. If you're being a dick, they right the wrong.
Yeah.
And that's what a mat enforcer does. I have the utmost respect for them.
And do they you said that you're teaching them, they're teaching the culture of the gym, which I think that, not sure how to express that, but I think what is interesting about that to me is it shows the depth of culture that there is in a gym. The fact that you have to have, or the fact that you can have a person whose job is to defend and educate that culture, educate about that culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most gyms do. Most gyms have that role. And yeah, it's a critical part of any kind of culture, I feel. And I think more than teaching, it's keeping the culture.
Yeah.
And by keeping the culture, you keep people safe.
Right.
Because regardless of what kind of gym you train at, like if you're more of a social gym, more of a comp team, if some out of towner guy or whatever goes in and starts and injures like someone that's going to go compete the next weekend, it's like, dude, oh well, I just had to show what I'm skilled of. And then like the mat enforcer is his roles. No, you go. And like with Danny, I keep bringing him up, but every now and then, like we would see it and he'd look over at me and I was already looking at him and I'm like, I'd give him the go ahead. I'd just give him a nod. Like, yep. And then he would go and beat the shit out of the guy and then he would educate him on that's not how we roll. And if you want to roll, you're only going to roll with me and maybe Travis.
Right.
And we just beat the shit out of the guy and then be like, if that's the kind of roll you want, that's what we can do.
Have you encountered mat enforcers from other gyms and like had conversations with them, or anyone who stands out in your mind as like, whoa, that guy was like a pro mat enforcer?
Yeah, we've had a couple roll through where they're just visiting kind of thing, or like when I've went and visited other gyms. If you're in the game long enough, you kind of know who you're looking for. And
that's interesting.
It's like, oh yeah, that guy, like the guy that's just kind of sitting there and having a chill roll, and everyone wants to roll with him. And then you're like, okay, and then you see him always like scanning. They're always like looking at every single roll, and if they have to go do their job, they go do their job.
That's so interesting, man.
I love it. That position is such a beautiful position.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
What else? Like, we've talked about a lot of like kind of funny, but what else is like a real established role in a club? Like there's,
so mat enforcer, I think like having like that Alex, like that, the monk kind of guy.
Oh yeah.
Like that will just give little things like every now, like even the Filipino boys.
They're great, man.
But they're like little mat monks, right?
They are,
especially Nino. Actually Nino and Sadie, right? Jeff will like show full on techniques, but Nino and Sadie, they'll give you a little cute. They're like, hey buddy, look at this. Look at this.
So on Saturday, I was here. Were you here? You were here. And I rolled with Nino like 2 or 3 times, and I rolled with Sadie 2 times. And so I got wisdom from both those guys. And at the end, they were both like, did I tell you this already? Yeah. I guess I get choked out too much. Just like don't remember shit. But they were like, Sadie was like, dude, you roll too hard. And at first I was like kind of taken aback because I thought he meant like you're being a dickhead. But I was like, oh shoot, sorry man, like you think I should roll like not so hard? And he was like, Nino kind of stepped in, he was like, no, you just have to slow it down, like your pressure is getting really good, but you're moving on too quickly to other things.
You're making the rules harder on yourself.
And that's when he was like, you know, you're your age, you have your abilities, like use them to your advantage. And that's when he was talking about, he was like, go check out that sloth jiu-jitsu guy and like slow it down. And he mentioned, like, I think it was actually Sadie that mentioned how Carter rolls and like takes his time and like, you know, closes the vice, and just like if you're in a pressure position, just hold that shit. You know, why
take the time?
What, like, why rush? So yeah, to get those like gems of information that you can then take and be like, it instantly ups your game, because it's not a move and it's not a piece of a move. It's like a whole approach to the game that's going to change the way you look at it. That guy that was here, Nick, right, from Colombia. I mentioned him a couple times. We're going to try and get him on the show here. But yes, having another like big guy who's older, who just had like killer pressure, instantly I was like, oh, instantly changed my like perspective on the game, you know?
Yeah. And it's great to have those people. So we have like mat monks, mat enforcers. It's usually good to have one of those like higher level women that are small, or like a small skinny dude that can just go and wreck the big muscle guy. And then it just shows like, oh, this shit works. Like those people are very valuable to have. Like there's quite a few rules. And then you have like the social butterfly that keeps like the social aspect and everyone talking and having fun and stuff like that, and keeps social events going.
Totally.
But like all these people are important. It's great. And, okay, so social butterfly, mat enforcer, mat monk.
Carter's got a few of these things where like he's kind of mat monkey. He's a mat monkey.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's like, he's a very chill presence. You know, he's very, very sort of like mellow, you know, but is phenomenal jiu-jitsu.
He's okay.
Yeah. I mean, for someone with his disabilities, you know,
he hits a few of them, and that's how he came up through it, right? He had people that come up.
He probably hits the enforcer thing sometimes too.
He used to, for sure. Like, and then it's like he will again when he comes back on in a more of a presence at the club. I'll
be better than him, but, you know.
I mean, but yeah, there's I love the different personalities, and well, some of them, and then like the different roles too. Maybe we should get like episode on the different roles, like really break them down.
Like the actual hierarchy. That's I think the mat enforcer is a really interesting one. It's just because it's like it gives you a window into the fact that there is it's a whole, that, you know, like we have said in the intro, there's an ecosystem, you know.
And I mean, some of it's unspoken. Sometimes you never know who the mat enforcer, like if you're newer, you don't know who the mat enforcer is. And that's a good thing. That means that you're actually doing the right stuff.
Do we have a mat enforcer right now?
No. Not really. Like I pretty much have to.
You have to do it.
But since Danny left, it was like, But yeah, we're building up people to get to.
What one person that we have is a couple. One is the cheerleader, so someone who's like always cheering other people on, you know, like clapping for other people's roles, like always like, yeah, let's go. I think that's a nice person to have around.
It is. Yeah. That's like the social butterfly kind of person. I don't know if you like, she doesn't train anymore, but Alex. She is there for everyone. Like, she doesn't do jujitsu, but she helps run sub A's.
Oh wow!
Right, and she's like always there helping everyone, and like she'll cheer on her team, and like at Dark Horse Grappling Series, again doing it. Like she has a crazy job for that, and she would come out still and cheer on like people that she cheered
nice.
on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's good to have like people who are just stoked.
Yeah.
You know, man, one of the things we've probably talked about this. I don't think I have talked about this on the podcast, but I helped out at the Dark Horse tournament a couple years ago, whenever that was. And I was doing the timer thing, and like something wasn't working properly, or like I had to add time because time was lost somehow. But like we had a system that was working, and then there's some like Brazilian coach behind me just going like, "You're not doing the timing right. You got to give Miss extra time," or something like that. And I was just like, "Dude, shut up!" Like, you know, like that.
Yeah.
You know, like that attitude. I want nothing to do with that, man. Like that whole like, this is the most important thing that's ever happened.
I usually walk up to those people because I'm like the main guy kind of thing.
Yeah.
I walk up and I just put a hand on their shoulder. I'm just like, hey, just chill out.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. And then they're like about to like yell at me, and then they see like who's talking, and then they're like, oh, and you just see them deflate.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay.
Yeah.
I have to talk to coaches like that too. And it's like, dude, they're 5.
Dude, yeah.
Like, shut up. Just chill out.
They're 5 years, literally 5-6 years old.
Yeah,
like, who cares?
Calm down.
Yeah.
This isn't like they're going for ADCC world champion. They are winning a piece of tin.
Yeah.
Calm down.
One of the last ones I have here is the therapist. So someone who's like, everyone vents to them.
God, I feel like that's my role.
Yeah, dude. So friends of mine own a yoga studio here in town, and I always the thing that and they seem to like really love it, you know, this part of the job, but I would find it excruciating, which is that as the people file out of the class and they're at the front desk or whatever, they're like, "How was your class?" And they're like, "Oh my God, I've had the hardest time with my divorce," and like, you know, "Oh my gosh, really?" And then it's because I have tension here and like that. And they just calmly like, really like enthusiastically and kindly speak with everyone about all that stuff that happens. And I've seen it happen to you too, where people like, they really like kind of let it out, you know, which is great. I think it's cool they trust you with that, but
I listen. I try not to give any advice. I'm qualified for that. I know it's a black belt thing where people are like, oh, you know stuff. I don't know shit.
Yeah.
I know jujitsu
for that.
Yeah. I know jujitsu mechanics. And then like a bunch of little things because my ADHD brain is like, I can do this now.
You're a pretty good artist. Those drawings you were kind of showing before, those were good, man.
Yeah. Every time I get back into drawing, it's like that jujitsu thing. Oh, I wish I started when I was then.
Yeah.
I every time I start drawing again, I'm like, man, I wish I would have like kept going with it.
Yeah.
And then, something else comes up and I start like my focus goes that way. But the book and the like that I'm writing and all that other stuff really sparked some creative part of my brain and went, hey, it'd go good in this book every now and then a picture. And I'm like, I'm going to draw some pictures. So my brain just like sparked both sides of that. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool. Like I was saying, my dad is an artist. And so he taught me to draw from like a really young age. And there was a time when I was, I don't know, getting pretty good at drawing. But yeah, it's one of those things you drop it and then you pick it up and then you drop it and then.
Dude, I used to like draw all the time. Like my grandparents, like when I stayed with my grandparents, they would just like give me a big pad of paper and I would just draw. And like, it's crazy. I don't know why my like kid brain thought of it, but like one eye and then the other eye was like a half-eaten carrot.
Oh yeah.
Like it had little like chunks out of it everywhere. And it was just that. I was like, that's the coolest thing ever. And like, that's what I drew. Like monsters with that and all this other stuff. Like,
that's fun.
And then, random side note, like when I was at like this thrift store, I found some Dragon Ball comics in Japanese, read right to left.
Yeah.
For 15 cents. There's 5 of them. And I bought them all with like my, like, I don't know where I had the money, but I was like, yeah, I want all these. And then I traced those comics back to front
Oh, no way.
hundreds of times.
Oh yeah, you're so like methodical about shit. Hey, like
and like every single thing I just boom, and I went through it that way.
You know what you're not is one of those people who's like, I'm not good at this immediately, so I'm not going to do it.
No, I'll put time into stuff.
Yeah.
If it's something that I'm like, oh
yeah,
if I feel like that little like switch go, I will put just a crazy amount of time into it.
Yeah.
And then like I'm kind of like okay at a shitload of things.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm a master or anything like that.
Yeah.
In anything. But I'm relatively okay in a bunch of little things.
Yeah.
Which, like woodworking. Stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just shit that came through.
I suffered from, especially when I was younger, from, if I'm not naturally talented at something, fuck it. Which is a horrible way to be, but especially because I'm not naturally talented at anything. So I got really good at watching TV.
You're pretty good at talking about surfing.
I am good about that. Yeah. And reading notes on a podcast. So, there's a few things that I'm okay at, but, and maybe one day I'll be okay at jiu-jitsu. Maybe.
Oh no, you need a good teacher.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're going to find that.
Well, I would love to hear about our thought experiment / proposal. From
Emmett just wants his purple belt, so give him some feedback.
It's actually not that. It's really actually not that. Because I very genuinely don't want something I haven't earned. Like, and
if you lost, depending on the amount of time, if you lost that, you earned it.
Yeah.
Potentially. We'll see what they say about how long.
Oh no, I'm not suggesting that this wouldn't work to. Yeah. I just I don't think it would go my way right now. That's for sure. I really don't think it would go my way.
I mean, I got a bone out of place in my ankle right now.
That's true.
And my knees
just start hammering on the I don't. Oh, you know what we do have is
let's go one last one.
Okay, the last one is the try hard competitor. So like roll intensity way too high. And just like everything is comp no matter what they're doing. So
and not spazzy, but everything is comp and they're going hard every roll. Those, and I mean, I think those people have a place too.
Yeah.
Because they push a comp team.
Yep.
Right? Do many people want to roll them? Probably not. Like there's a select few that are like, okay, well, I do want to compete, so I'm going to follow suit.
Or I want to push myself.
Yeah, maybe not compete in a tournament, but I want to get to that level.
Yeah.
They go that way too. So I think that's just another place in like the ecosystem that you have a little role.
Yeah.
And like Charles was a good one for that.
Mm-hmm.
Charles was he pushed a good, he's like, yeah, there's a comp here, let's go. And he was probably like one of my favorites to roll with because I didn't mind beating the shit out of him because he was like,
he needs it.
Yeah, and he wanted that so that it would push him to get better. And like, so yeah, those comp people that are always pushing for comps and like Dave and Danielle, all of them.
Yeah.
It's great to have.
I think once you cross the line into like, I'm taking it comp style on a brand new white belt or something, or like
that's when you get Matt Enforcer.
That's when Matt Enforcer comes in.
Yeah. Everyone has a little role in the ecosystem.
Yeah. I guess I'm just the podcaster.
Yeah.
So, cool. Well, I don't have anything else to contribute here. So
no, I think that it was good. And let us know about his little thought experiment.
The proposal.
I did get a thing about my drink, the Stay Salty. It's just LMNT. If you're interested, I do have a code. Hit me up. Nice. On Instagram or something. You don't get a discount. I get free shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, no, maybe they do too. I don't know. I'll look into it. But if you're interested, I've been drinking it here for a year now. Haven't cramped. Like,
nice.
you drink one a day, and like when I compete, I used to get like that calf cramp where you just like, okay, this is how I go. I'm dying now.
Yeah.
Haven't had that. So I don't know. I'm not sponsored. I'm not anything by them, but
that's the trick.
Yeah. Seems to do something.
Cool.
And tastes good.
Right on.
And other than that, you good?
Yeah.
Boom. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Thanks for tuning in. And we'll be here for episode 15.
14.
15. We'll see.
15.
It's 15.
Yeah, you're right. You're correct. That's me taking ownership of my mistake.
Yeah, I accept your apology. Okay. Talk to you next time. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.